welcome to ICU TV Main News. We take a look at the stories making headlines. Government launches guidelines to improve local public investment. DEC arrests 3 in $1 million fraud case. ZDA cuts minimal investment for local entrepreneurs, increase foreign investors threshold. In international news, Spain, Algeria in talk to boost gas supply amid market uncertainty. And in our sports news, young under-20 graduates eye impact in Chipolopolo squad. With the news in details, my name is Ruth Mirongo. Government has launched the local public investment management guidelines to strengthen the planning and implementation of development projects by local authorities. The initiative is led by Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development working with Ministry of Finance and International Planning. The guidelines were introduced in Lusaka on behalf of Minister of Local Government Minister Gift Sailovalo. Permanent Secretary for Technical Service Nicholas Piri officiated the event. The new framework provides clear process for identifying, prioritizing, and implementing projects. It aligns with the National Planning and Budgeting Act of 2020 and promoting efficiency and value for money. Mr. Piri says the guideline will support digitization and improve service delivery. He noted that they will also address challenges linked to poorly planned and incomplete projects. The framework encouraged community participation through ward development committees. This is expected to ensure that local people help shape development priorities. The representative from the Ministry of Finance said the guidelines promote better use of public resources. They also make project appraisal mandatory to strengthen fiscal discipline. The World Bank has supported the development of the guidelines under the Zambian devolution support programs. Officials say the reform will improve accountability, sustainability, and overall impact for public investment. The historic moment unfolded at Canterbury Cathedral as Dame Sarah Mallory, the Church of England's first woman Archbishop, was enthroned before 2,000 guests including Prince William and Princess Catherine. The ceremony features a special Zambian touch when the Most Reverend Albert Chama, Primate of Central Africa, offered a prayer in November highlighting the global nature of Anglican Communion.
Lesa wa makayonse namwita mgonfuensera ukuba akachema wa chilonganiro chenu.
A Bemba prayer marks historic enthronement of Dame Sarah Mallory as Archbishop of Canterbury. A former nurse was enthroned as the 160th Archbishop of Canterbury, marking a significant milestone in the church in England. The ceremony held at Canterbury Cathedral was attended by 2,000 guests, including Prince William and Princess Catherine. The Most Reverend Albert Chama, Primate of the Church of the Province of Central Africa, prayed in Bemba, a language spoken in Zambia, during the service, which highlighted the global reach of the Anglican Church. In an inaugural sermon, Moayed emphasized unity in diversity, saying we are a family with a shared root, and with any global church, there is great diversity in it. Sarah's appointment has drawn both praise and criticism, with some conservative Anglican groups opposing her views on women's leadership. However, some women stood outside the cathedral waiting to greet her.
I thought seeing her was fantastic. It's nice to see a lady there, finally.
Oh, it was just fantastic. We've been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time, and absolutely marvellous that we were able to greet her and chat with her. She was so friendly when she came round and everything, which was lovely, really lovely.
Sarah remains focused on promoting unity and inclusivity within the church. As a spiritual leader of 85 million Anglicans worldwide, Sarah faces the challenge of bridging diversions within the church while promoting a message of love and acceptance. Hitangelewa, reporting for ICU TV.
The Drug Enforcement Commission has arrested 3 men in Lusaka over a fraud and money laundering case involving more than $1 million. The suspects are Jeff Mwape, Chimunya Lumaya, and Wilson Mukuka. DEC says the arrests were made through its anti-money laundering investigation unit. The 3 are facing charges of theft, obtaining money by false pretense, and money laundering. Investigations show that Mwape, a company director, allegedly worked with others to steal $1 million. The money was meant to buy mining equipment, including vehicles and machineries. DEC says the fraud were divided and later concealed through money laundering activities. In the separate case, Lumaya and Mukuka allegedly obtained over 900,000 kwacha and $4,900. The suspect reportedly claimed the money was for processing gold shipments. However, tests later revealed the materials were brass, not gold. Authorities have seized 2 vehicles linked to the case. The suspects are currently on board and expected to appear in court soon. DEC has warned the public against fraud and urged citizens to report suspicious transactions. We continue with the news. Zambian Development Agency has reduced a minimum investment required for 10% locally owned business and access incentives. The threshold has been cut from the $5,000 to $50,000, aiming to support Zambian entrepreneurs and stimulate industrialization. Under the Investment, Trade and Business Development Act 2020, the move is expected to create jobs and make incentives more accessible for citizens-owned companies. ZDA has, however, increased the minimum threshold for foreign investors from $5,000 to $1 million to qualify for some benefits. Joint ventures threshold have also been introduced, 10,000 for citizen-owned companies with majority Zambian shareholders holding 150,000 for citizen-empowered firms and 5,000 for citizen-influenced entities. Eligible investors can access incentives such as customs duty exemptions on machinery and equipment for 5 years, escalated and VAT deferment. Social economic zone developers benefit from zero VAT on imported goods for infrastructure, while operators enjoy up to 10 years of tax holiday on export profits. ZDA Director General Albert stressed that eligibility is based on project viability, sector alignment, threshold and compliance with national regulations. We'll take our first break. Coming up, stay tuned for our local news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back, and now in our local news. Energy analyst Andrew Kamanga has urged Zambia to deploy emergency measures to mitigate potential fuel supply distribution caused by the ongoing Iran-US conflict. He warns that downplaying the risk could threaten the country's fuel security and overall economic stability. Kamanga noted that while the government has issued reliable fuel supplies, some areas already experiencing diesel shortage at service stations. He cautioned that if the crisis worsens, accusations that all marketing companies are hodling fuel could emerge. Speaking on BMTV Zambia, Kamanga highlighted that gains such as a stable kwacha, lower inflation, and reduced fuel prices are at risk. He said raising global oil prices could lead to inevitable pump price increasing and stressed the importance of long-term planning to protect the economy. Zambia remains vulnerable due to limited fuel shortage capacity, as OMCs are not required to maintain strategic reserves. Kamanga recommended reinstating law allowing OMCs to store fuel long term and urged the government to strengthen physical reserves to ensure the country can withstand prolonged supply shock. We take a short break. Coming up is international and sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Welcome back, and now in our international news. Spain and Algeria are in discussion to increase gas supply through the Medgas pipeline by up to 10%. The move is aimed at strengthening energy security as demand remains high. The talk came at the time when global energy markets are facing renewed uncertainty. This is largely linked to ongoing tension in the Middle East. Algeria is already a major supplier of gas to Spain. It recently provides nearly 1,000 of the country's total gas imports. Other European countries are also turning to Algeria for increased supply. Italy is among those seeking to secure additional gas to meet its energy needs. Still in our international news, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has rejected claims that the country was deliberately excluded from the upcoming G7 summit in France. He said there has been no sustained pressure from the United States to block South Africa's participation. Ramaphosa stressed that South Africa is not a member of the G7. He added that the country has not attended every summit in the past and its absence should not be seen as a diplomatic SNBU. However, South Africa indicated it had been informed that Washington threatened to boycott the meeting. France has strongly denied this, insisting the United States did not influence its decision. France, France officials say Kenya was invited after consultation. This has raised questions about how African countries are represented at global forums. The disagreement highlights growing tension between the United States and South Africa. It also reflects shifting dynamics in Africa's international partnership. We'll take a short break. Coming up is sports news. Welcome back, and now in our sports news. 4 graduates from Zambia's 2023 Under-20 team have been called into the senior Chipolopolo squad. Derek Molaya, Dominic Kunda, Iansi Daya, and Raxon Gambe are part of the team facing Malawi. The squad is being led by assistant coach Oswald Motapa at the Mukururu Four Nation tournament in Botswana. The move shows a strong force on developing young local talent. The players were part of Zambia's Under-20 team at the AFCON in Egypt. Although the team exited early, several players have continued to grow. Zambia plays Malawi on Saturday. The winner will face Botswana or Zimbabwe on Tuesday finals. That sports item brings us to the end of our main news. But before we go, here are the stories that made headlines. Government launches guidelines to improve local public investment. DEC arrests Sui in $1 million fraud case. ZDA cuts minimum investment for local entrepreneurs, increase foreign investors thus hold. In international news, Spain Algeria in talks to boost gas supply amid market uncertainty. In our sports news, young under-20 graduate eye impact in Chipolopolo squad. Thank you so much for watching our main news. Do visit our social platform, which is ICU TV and ICU TV News. Good evening.